Welcome to Iconic Reviews. My name is Shane, and today we're going to be reviewing The Man of Steel. So, I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to try and make it as short as I can. And just picture music, my sting going up, iconic movie reviews, boom, and we're back. How's that? Alright, so The Man of Steel, I just watched this show recently. And my goal is, whenever I review a movie, is to watch it within a week. That way I can do an honest review, because it's easy to just pick up a movie and just start talking about it or whatever, but sometimes you miss a few details. And I was doing a movie marathon where I watched the first 3 episodes of Superman. I couldn't get through the Quest for Peace. Couldn't do it. It's too much for me. I like Superman 3 because the only reason is because it was made in Calgary, here in Calgary. So I love that. So it's kind of neat to actually go back, watch the movie and go, oh, okay, I know where that is. That was great. Other than that, the movie wasn't very good at all. So, Man of Steel. Actually, a pretty darn good movie. Not gonna lie. This one was great. Stars, obviously, Henry Cavill, who may or may not be playing Superman ever again. So suddenly this becomes a collector's collection. Add this to your collection. You must have this. If you don't have this on Blu-ray, I don't care if you get it on 4K, but you should have this as part of your collection. Stars, of course, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams as Lois Lane, Michael Shannon as General Zod, Kevin Costner as the Paw, Diane Lane as the Maw, and Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, and then Russell Crowe, of course, as Jor-El, Kal-El's dad. All right, so this is a long movie. It's over 2 hours. I'd have to double check. Hang on, bear with me here. This movie is, what does it say here? I can't find it. 143 minutes. So just over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours long. So, but yeah, it's fantastic. Anyways, you can watch it on Blu-ray, like I said, or you can watch the regular DVD, which is what I have as well. And you can also watch the special features, which I watched some of them. What I want to do is I actually want to watch the audio commentary by the director, Zack Snyder. Why is that his name? Why did I draw a mental? Zack Snyder. I'm like, that's not right. It's not Jack Schneider. That's his brother. Anyways, so this movie, of course, starts off in Krypton, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but what they didn't do was they didn't go through about 7 minutes of footage at the beginning of the movie to get the credits in like the original Superman did. They just cut right to the chase. You're on Krypton. You see the city, it's fantastic. You see creatures, all kinds of stuff. I actually like the vision that Zack Snyder portrayed in this movie. So he co-wrote this with Christopher Nolan. And of course, Christopher Nolan was famous for writing and directing The Dark Knight, Memento, all kinds of other shows. Inception, one of my favorite movies. So it's kind of neat to see that they collaborated together to actually get the story. And of course, Zack Snyder directs this, but it's actually a phenomenal movie when you watch it. There's almost, I don't want to say this, but there's almost too much action in it. Like, it is jam-packed. But when I watched it again, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with the idea that this movie has a lot of action in it. So, of course, the thing that I didn't like about the movie was I thought they didn't spend enough time with him learning his powers. They kind of jumped over that quite a bit, because there was just basically one scene where he's flying around and learning how to fly, and all of a sudden he's an expert. So that part, I thought maybe they could have done it a little bit more, because when you see the trailers for Shazam, he's like, I don't know what my powers are, you know, and they're like, well, let's test them out. So they do a bit of a video test, and they try and test his flight to see how far he can fly, see how fast he is, how strong he is. He hits a brick wall, all this kind of stuff. We don't see him trying out any of his powers except for heat vision and I guess super strength, because he rescues some guys out in the oil rigs out in the ocean. But he's not, he only really tries to fly once. So that's the one thing I thought maybe they could have built that up a bit more and focus maybe a little bit with his relationship with Lois Lane a little bit more. Maybe doing some rescues. That might sound cheesy by today's standard, but that's who Superman is. He has to care about these people. Because then General Zod comes and his cohorts, and they basically decimate Metropolis. So that part kind of bothered me a bit, because yeah, like Batman should be pissed at this guy, because Superman and Zod, basically the Kryptonians, destroyed Metropolis and Smallville and whatever else, killed lots of people. Lots of people were dead. Superman obviously only killed General Zod, and that didn't bother me so much. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Superman, he shouldn't kill anybody or whatever, but if you see the original Superman, actually Superman 2, he has no problem killing General Zod, just basically flicks him away. So overall, I liked this movie a lot. I just thought that they could have put a little bit more emphasis on his role as Clark Kent, because they only hinted it just a second. Boom, and that was at the end of the movie. All of a sudden we see him as Clark Kent. I thought maybe they could have done that a little bit better, more of that. Because man, there's so much in this movie. I felt they could have brought in these criminals maybe in the second one, but maybe they didn't want to copy the original Superman. But now we may not have Henry Cavill anymore, so I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know what DC is going to do. So I guess this is more my take than a total review of this movie. Because I have mixed feelings about, because I really like the original, but I watched that one again and I'm realizing, man, is it ever cheesy? Especially compared to this. Like, this one has a little bit more of a serious tone. Hans Zimmer, who wrote the score for this, I love the music. Every time something is about to happen, or we're getting the General Zod and his cohorts, the music changes, and I like that. I like the feeling of it. So there you go. So that's my take on the Man of Steel. Let me know your thoughts. Did you like it? Russell Crowe obviously was awesome as Jor-El. I thought, man, you could almost watch an entire movie of Krypton with Jor-El, his wife, and all that kind of stuff. Man, they could have spent the whole movie building it up for the Man of Steel, but some people maybe wouldn't like that. I never get tired of watching stuff from Krypton, so I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, Michael Shannon plays General Zod, and you can actually feel for his character, because that's what he was genetically designed for, was to protect Krypton and ensure the survival. So that was basically his heroic journey, if you will. And Superman has to stop him, otherwise they're going to destroy Earth. So pretty straightforward. But yeah, the rest of the cast, Amy Adams was okay. I didn't feel like there was any chemistry between Henry Cavill and Amy Adams, but maybe with more screen time that would happen. But I didn't see it in Justice League as well. I just didn't feel the chemistry. Anyways, there you go. So I'll wrap this up. And anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching this video. See you later.